Hello everybody, it is me, but from the future. So just a quick little reminder before you guys start watching the video. I've pinned a comment down in the comment section, and in the comment I declared when I'm going through which assist throughout the video. So if you're looking for a specific assist, just go check the comments down below. Hello viewers, it is FORZA Army here again. Welcome back to the channel, or just welcome if you're brand new. So today I'm gonna go through all the assists in Forza 7 and tell you guys what each one does and show you my own settings. So let's start off. So driving assist, first off we got suggested line. Suggested line is just a racing line that shows you the right line on a track. So we got full. So full is basically the suggested line is gonna be always on the track. It's gonna be it's just gonna be on the track all the time. Braking only, it's like when you're going in a straight line, the suggested line is not gonna appear on the track, but when you come into a braking point it appears in a red color, so it tells you that you need to brake. But it's not really precise. I would say, like, if you know your car, know the braking capabilities, you can just judge it by yourself. But having it on, it's not bad, it's good. I'll prefer having it on, and off is just no suggested line at all. So in second off we got braking. So there's assisted, ABS on, ABS off. So in assisted, the game is just gonna brake for you. Like, if you get into a braking point, you don't need to brake, the game is just gonna do it for you. But unless you're like super new to racing games, just don't put your braking unassisted. Have it on ABS on, it's better. And the ABS on is just the normal braking. You have to brake yourself, but the difference with ABS off is, in this one the anti-lock braking system is not gonna work. So if you push the left trigger all the way down, your tires are gonna lock up, and therefore your car is gonna be unstable and causes instability. So especially when you're turning, if you push the left trigger all the way down, your tires lock up, your car is not going to turn anymore. It's just going to go in a straight line until it stops. And if you want to stop that, just press the trigger, press the left trigger down to about like 80%, 75%. Your car is going to get the most braking force, and tires will not lock up. But it takes a little bit practice. So we got steering done. So there's 4 options: super easy, assisted, normal, simulation. So super easy steering is just the game it's like assisted braking. Unless you're new to the game, like, there's no point in using this. Super easy steering, the game is just gonna turn in on every corner for you, like, no matter what, the game will turn for you. You don't have to turn. But assisted steering, the game will try to keep you on the proper racing line, on the right racing line. For example, if you're like 2 meters away from the racing line, from the proper racing line, the game is just gonna turn your car slightly towards the racing line until you're on it. And then we got normal, which is like you have to steer the car, you have to turn yourself. And then we got simulation. These two are identical in some ways, but the main difference is normal is like good when you're using a controller. But simulation, unless you're using a steering wheel, there's no point in using simulation, because the car is gonna be twitchy. For example, if your car spins out just a little bit, like if you get, I don't know, oversteer at the exit of the corners, and if you counter steer, because if you're using a controller though, if you counter steer, your car is just gonna spin out the other way. So, but it's not to mention though, it's a little bit faster than normal steering. But unless you're using a wheel, I do not recommend using this. I've seen like good players, YouTubers using normal steering. But unless you're using a wheel, don't use simulation steering. Otherwise, yeah, as I said, the car is gonna be twitchy. It feels twitchy. So then we got traction control. So again, super easy on and off. Super easy and on are basically the same. I didn't notice any difference when I tried them, but oh, first off, I forgot to tell you guys, traction control basically cuts the power, like cuts the power transferred from the engine to the wheels. So therefore, it stops the wheels from spinning. And if you have traction control off, your wheels are gonna spin out. Like for example, you're in first gear, 3000 RPM, in a highly powered car. If you floor it, the wheels are gonna spin out. Therefore, your car will lose control unless you control the car yourself. But if you have traction control on, that's not gonna happen. So then we got stability control, super easy on and off. So stability control, what it does is it applies in it it applies it applies brakes to individual wheels. So like it applies brakes to the wheel with the least grip, or the wheel that tends to spin. So if you have it on super easy, your car is just basically never gonna spin out. But I don't think it's available online, so get used to the stability control off. And stability control on is gonna, like, you're good, you're going, and if your car spins out a little bit, then it starts applying the brakes to the individual wheel. So you can get just a tiny bit of oversteer, or I don't know, wheel spin. I don't know, it can spin out just a tiny bit, but as soon as it detects that, it's gonna apply the brakes. But I've never tried stability control on or on super easy, so always on off. It doesn't really. It's easy to control the car. You don't need to turn it on. So moving on to shifting, we got automatic, manual, and manual with clutch. Oh my god, this is the third time I'm recording my voice for this. Dude, oh, my throat hurts. Anyways, automatic game is just gonna. sorry. In the game, or automatic, the game is just gonna shift for you. Shift the gear for you. You don't have to do it. And manual, you need to change gears by yourself. Upshifting with B and downshifting with X. And manual clutch, you need to apply clutch as well. So if you don't apply clutch, your car is gonna shift really slowly. Or if you have simulation damage, your transmission and clutch are gonna be damaged, both of them. Oh my god, my throat. Alright, moving on. Damage, fuel, and tire wear. So again, we got cosmetic, fuel, and tire simulation. Alright, if the damage on cosmetic, your car is not gonna get major damage. It's just like the exterior parts of the car are gonna be damaged. Like if you hit a wall, your bumper is gonna look like, yeah, your bumper is gonna get hit. It's maybe even fall off, but nothing serious. You can just move on. It's not gonna affect the car's performance. But next time, fuel and tires. I mean, if you have fuel and tires and damage, so you're gonna have fuel consumption, and your tires are gonna wear. So fuel consumption, it's obviously what it is, fuel consumption. But tire wear, like if you, after a couple laps, I should say, as soon as you move, your tires are gonna start wearing. And depends on what tires you're using, street, sport, or race, your tires are gonna wear quicker. So if your tires wear like to 20%, you're gonna start losing grip. So your car tends to oversteer, tends to spin out, and all that. So last but not least is simulation. So simulation damage, your car is gonna, every single part of your car can get damaged. You have fuel consumption, you got tire wear, and for example, if you hit someone or hit a wall hard enough, your engine could be damaged, your clutch, your transmission, your downforce, or no brakes, suspension, like various part of the car could be damaged. So you have to be careful. And next up we got rewind. So rewind is just travel back in time, on and off. Alright, friction assist, it's like a new assist added to the game. So if you turn on friction assist, the the surface of the grass and the gravel are gonna have the same are gonna have the same amount of grip as the tarmac, so you can just go, I don't know, go through the gravel, go through the grass, cut the corners like nothing's going on without even feeling a difference. But you cannot use friction assist on in online. Obviously, that would be like, if you could, the game would just be, I don't know, a wreckfest. Everyone would just cut all the corners. No shit's given. So collision assist, I've never used it, but as the game suggests, it helps you get on with the collisions. It's gonna affect your car a little bit less if you have a collision with someone, hit someone. Alright, so two last things is one, the difference between traction control on and off. Alright, so we're gonna have we're gonna try it with traction control off, sorry. See how the car feels. Alright, so you see I got the Dodge Viper here, traction control off, and I'm gonna start going. You see, alright, wheel spinning, the car gets out of control, and that happens. But if you have to turn traction control off, that's not gonna be, oh, I can't rewind any further. Alright, I have to reset. But if you're precise with throttle control, it's gonna be okay, just like this. I'm gonna show you right now. Alright, apply less throttle, and yeah, we're going, we're good. Alright, so just like that. Alright, no need to rewind or anything. That was traction control, and off, obviously. Now traction control on. You see, and as I turn traction control on, there's a little icon down below the speedometer. It appears like I'm not using the car is not using traction control, so it's obviously off. But as soon as I get going, you see it turned on, the indicator turned on, so that means the car is using the traction control system to cut the power to stop the wheel spin. But because of that, you see the car cuts the power, so if you turn traction control off, you're gonna be quicker, you're gonna be faster. So, and lastly, we come into shifting. Alright, you see we got manual with clutch here. It's as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned or not, I don't remember. As I said, this is the third time I'm recording. I don't know. Alright, you stop here. Alright, we got traction control on. Alright, we move on. I'm gonna show you guys that it's actually quicker. Alright, we come across 187. Alright, 187. When we like reach the blue surface, like, which is outside the track limits. So 187. Alright, and now I'm gonna try the normal manual. See which one's quicker. It's like as soon as I shift from first to second in normal manual, you guys are gonna like easily, you can tell easily that manual with clutch is faster. But why not? Let's give it a shot. Alright, we're going. See, oh, yeah. Alright, I reached the blue surface again outside the track limits at 180, so 6 kilometers faster with manual with clutch. And 6 kilometers is like a major difference, as it's just a little bit straight line, this clip that I'm showing right now. But in an actual proper race, there's gonna be a lot of shifting, and that tenths could cost you at the end of the race. You may lose by 1 second, but if you had manual with clutch on, you could have won that, because you could gain like 2/10 per every shifting. So that really is important and crucial. So I suggest that you guys, if you're trying to get better in Forza 7 or any Forza for any games from Forza franchise in general, get used to manual with clutch. And to do that, go to your controller settings and switch handbrake and clutch. So your clutch will be A, so you could like shift use. You could use clutch. Oh man, I can't even talk, man. I'm telling you, my mouth is so dry. Alright, so you could shift up and down easier. All right. Oh, last thing, a really important thing about using manual with clutch. So I'm gonna show you guys. See, I'm gonna go into the corner and show you something. All right, you see I'm in third gear. You see I downshifted. My car spun out completely. I'm facing the wrong direction. I'm actually facing the pit lane exists. Pit, what? I just said pit lane exists? I mean pit lane exit. Alright, so my car spun out, but why? Because especially in manual, in IRL manual cars like the Viper, if you shift while turning and you're not applying brakes or throttle, your car tends to spin out. I don't know why. You just saw what happened. So my main tip to avoid that is either don't downshift while your car is still turning and you're not applying throttle or throttle or brake. Otherwise, you'll end up like I did. Or if you, I don't know, even if you control the car, you're gonna lose momentum. That's not what you want in an online race. So my main thing is, don't downshift while you're turning. And wait for the turn. Wait until you get on the gas, and then downshift, and then you can go. Or you can just downshift as much as you need. Downshift as much or as many, I don't know which one, downshift as many gears as you need to before lifting off the brakes, before entering the turn, so that way your car will not spin out. Or if you like have to, I don't know, if you have to, like if you like need to downshift while you're turning, apply just a little bit of throttle when you're downshift, and then again let go of the throttle so your car can turn a little bit better, like right here. I'm in second gear. Just that didn't really demonstrate what I meant to, but just apply a little bit of throttle when you're downshifting while turning, so your car won't spin out. So that right there brings a close to this video, to this guide. I hope you guys found it useful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button, smash the hell out of it. Just smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, or just more Forza 7. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I shall see you guys next time. Goodbye.